12th Man, brought to you by Coca-Cola, sharing in the real magic of football.
Welcome one and all. This is the 12th Man here on TTT Season 5, and there's a lot going on, but let's of course start with the thoughts. All right, the Champions League. By tomorrow, we will know who is playing who in the next round of the Champions League. 8 teams have advanced. Liverpool maintain their record, no longer 100% record because they would have lost their last game. But nevertheless, they finished on top in terms of the Champions League. Barcelona finished in second position. And then the other teams were behind them, of course, Arsenal. They had Inter Milan. You name it, they were all there, including Aston Villa. So Aston Villa is there as well, and Atletico Madrid. So the big battle will be tomorrow when the draw is made, and there's a possibility for Manchester City fans who are wherever they are, some are happy, some are not so happy. There's a strong possibility they could get a game against Real Madrid, which would be quite interesting over 2 legs. Bayern Munich also in with a chance to play one of them as well, so you don't know what's going to happen. All will be found out tomorrow when the draw is made. In terms of England, Liverpool still lead from Arsenal, followed by Nottingham Forest and Manchester City. They are creeping up. They defeated Chelsea over the weekend and they've moved into 4th position, and then they won their Champions League game as well. Both games winning by 3-1, so they're showing a return to form clearly. Over in Italy, Napoli still lead only in terms of goal difference and more games played than Inter Milan do. So Napoli lead. In Spain, no change, still on top. Real Madrid still on top, 7 points clear. 7 points clear of Barcelona. They're in 3rd, not 2nd. And Atletico Madrid are in 2nd position. Paris Saint-Germain, well, they are well ahead in terms of France. So that's it, how it is. When we come back, we are going to Spain. The 2 top teams in Spain, some say the only teams in Spain, but Atletico Madrid now separate them. As well as we're going to Manchester. It's been a good day for Manchester United. It's been a good week for Manchester United. They would have won by a tremendous goal, a deflection goal coming off the Argentine, but they went into the back of the net and gave them victory over the weekend on Sunday. And then they would have won today as well by 2-0 to finish in the top 8. So to Tottenham. So they, just like similar to the Champions League, they are exempted from the next round. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back.
It's savings and big discounts when you shop at Fens nationwide. Upgrade your home or treat yourself to something special. Enjoy store-wide savings on furniture, appliances, electronics, bedroom, and so much more when you shop at Fens of Marbella, Penal and Wrightson Road, Port of Spain. Visit us in-store for more information or call 650-FENS, that's 650-3367. Or check us out on Facebook, Fens of Trinidad and Tobago, serving generations.
During the weekends, we do like a grill, in a come-together like sort of party. It's a community event, so people have to eat and have their bellies full to think a little bit faster when they are playing. You know you have bragging rights in the hood. I'm like, my guy won the game. The taste of victory.
害羞。现在多少小男孩找一大姐姐，然后去走这硬路。我也搞不懂你为什么老拿年纪说事儿。
你谈过恋爱吗？没有必要把时间浪费在我身上。像一个小太阳，你是最棒的，照亮了我的生活。
这就是我一直想要的感情，彼此独立，不猜不忌。珍惜我跟他在一起的每一分每一秒。我只有一个目标，就是和你一起跑到最后。
Hey football fans, this is Shaka Hislop. Football fever returns to Trinidad and Tobago, and for many, this is the best time of their life. In Trinidad and Tobago, nothing beats a good old talk. The banter, the heckling, the teasing. And in season 5 of the 12th Man, Andre Batiste is committed to delivering your voice and your team. 12th Man is on and better than ever. And Olia, say a prayer for Andre, please. Let's pray together that this is Arsenal's year. Lord knows we've been laughing at him long enough.
Welcome back. This is the 12th man here on TTT. All right, season 5. Let's start with the gift. We're going to start with Colin Santana. Colin Santana is not a musician, but instead, he is a lover of Real Madrid. He loves the Spanish music. All right, we have to be careful. I don't want to get him in trouble. I already got him in trouble once. All right, so Colin, your love for Real Madrid, tell us about it.
Oh, well, I grew up watching Real Madrid when I was watching Pirate Satellite from a neighbor.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
so
Right.
I start watching Spanish League from them days.
When they say I was watching it, you was in your house watching it through the window. You mean
Scramble, you know, when you static on your TV, you're watching to see
right,
football.
Right, and it was Spanish right to Real Madrid.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
not Barcelona?
Nah, I didn't like Barcelona. For some reason, I just didn't like Barcelona. That short football, that going nowhere,
Right.
kind of my brand.
Tiki-taka, they call it.
Yeah, tiki-taka sometimes.
All right,
yeah.
all right, you go ahead, you say.
Well, you know how to choke the Barca, man.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So, from Real Madrid's point of view, when you look at this season, what are your thoughts?
This season, the team not looking like the Real Madrid of old. I mean, it don't have the players that we used to have. And fitting in Mbappe is a problem because he and Vinny want to play on the same side of the field. But they're starting that we need defenders too. We have one real defender in Rudiger. So, and well, we have this youth man, Asensio. So we'll see how he goes. But we need a wing back or two.
And you all have money, so what
Yeah,
you
but
back?
Trent, like, he don't want to come right now.
Trent Alexander, he's not going to come now for sure.
No, he'll come in the summer for free.
Yeah. So, from your perspective, things are going as good as you would like, because when you look at the Champions League, you all have to qualify.
Yeah, I don't like this new Champions League format to begin with because with our team struggling, it's harder now. The next round we might play City or Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
After that, it will be probably either is Atletico or Leverkusen or one of them. So, I mean, with your team struggling, this format not really going to help you, you know?
All right, let's go to a man who's happy these days because his team is back-to-back wins for Manchester United. They won on Sunday, and then they won today. From your perspective, what do you think about your team? Are you happy with how they would have performed?
Today? It was a workman-like performance. I can't really complain. 2 goals, you know, a good goal for Kobe, a good goal for another young player. Can't remember his name right now. But overall, we're going to have a tough time in the league. You know, we're sitting at 12th, I think we are right now.
But they improve.
Yeah, but to climb back up the table, I think it's 7 or 8 points that separates the 5th place team and the 12th place.
It's close.
It's close,
Yeah.
but we also have to find form, and form is the one thing that we've not had consistently over the last couple of weeks.
Happy with the new manager you have?
I'm giving him a chance. I think there's a lot of things that have to happen in the background for him to be successful. Because what we've seen over the last 5 to 6 years, maybe even 10 years, is that we'd get a new manager, the players would play well for a while, and by the second year, they will down tools again
How long have you been a Manchester United fan?
1996.
And you were drawn to them by?
I just liked the way that they did things, you know.
But they was winning.
No, it was not about winning. It was about how they carried themselves, you know.
But they were winning.
Well, yeah, okay, they were winning, but still they would carry themselves.
When it's time to lose, you didn't want to leave?
Well, even if you're picking a team, and I've always been a firm believer in that, you back a team, win, lose, or draw.
All right, good. We heard you. Let's go to the Barcelona man, Ryan Grant. Going through a mixed period. Barcelona playing good in the cups. They would have won a cup too as well. Didn't they won a cup?
Yes, with the Super
a 14 cup. Only 4 teams win the cup. And they won.
The top 4.
Yeah, but that was only 4 teams. So I just want to make it clear that there was only 4 teams participating. But nevertheless, What are your expectations this season, Ryan?
This season, we've been performing pretty well. Other than a few mixed games where the coach didn't take the opposition too seriously, I believe, and he made a lot of big substitutions. He left most of the star players on the bench, and we suffered for that. We draw, we lost. And since then, he realized every game is serious. Every team watches Barca as the biggest game of the year. So we have to treat every single team as such. And the boys are performing. Honestly, I have no complaints about, for the first season in a long time, I have no complaints about any person on the squad. My one striker that issue it was Ferran Torres.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know what happened to him over Christmas. He eats some good pastel, he had some good turkey, but he's performing. He's like a super sub now.
From the perspective of the league as compared to the Champions League, you're playing so well in the Champions League, you would have come second, you've drawn second as the case may be, so you have a high draw, which means you could avoid a lot of the other teams. From that perspective, what's the difference? You mentioned, of course, the coach not playing the full team, but you're 7 points adrift. You need help from others to be able to catch Real Madrid.
Well, Atletico coming to give us a hand next weekend. They'll be playing Real Madrid. So, I mean, even worst case scenario, they draw. That's still 2 points. And we still have to play both of them in the league.
Have you always been a Barcelona supporter?
Yes.
Why?
I've always been a Brazilian supporter, national side, before club. Yeah. And from watching the Brazilians with Ronaldinho, Neymar, you know, I end up gravitating to Barcelona. That's the club they were playing for.
But they left.
Then, yeah, they left, but Messi was still there.
Okay.
I mean, the tiki-taka is the best in the world. You know, he left, but Koeman still has it a little, even though he's attack-minded, because Barca is Barca. You can't take it out of the DNA.
So you never felt, anytime, Ryan, you ever felt like leaving Barcelona?
No.
Never?
Never.
All right, let's start with you first. Which team, which I know the answer to this question because I always ask it, but in particular when it comes to the two teams in Spain, there's only ever one answer most of the times.
Mm-hmm.
So from the perspective of teams that you like to see lose, besides you beating them obviously, which team you like to see lose?
The most, that would be Real Madrid.
Why? Just because they have more Champions League titles than you?
Just because in Spain, I find sometimes they're favored. Everything to Real Madrid is favored in Spain. Even the head of La Liga is a Madrid supporter.
Wow.
So when you have the head of a league supporting the main club in the league,
that's not good.
It's not. There's going to be bias. So as Barca, we always have to prove them that they may be the favorites to win La Liga, but we'll take it from them.
All right, well said. Kurt, let me hear you. From which team, Kurt, when they lose, you are the most happiest, or you are the happiest? Not your team, eh? Obviously, other team. Do you expect you to be happy when your team lose?
That is a toss-up between Liverpool and City.
Why those two teams?
Because I'm United. We don't like them. They could stay, you know.
City now because they decided to win. Before you never knew City.
Actually, no. Even before when City didn't used to win, we lost to them a couple times and it didn't sit well with me. And Liverpool because of the rivalry that we have with Liverpool. But yeah, if it's two teams that I could want every Sunday or Saturday to lose, them two teams.
All right. Colin, obvious question. Let's see your answer.
Well, my two teams would be Barcelona, obviously.
Yes.
And Man U.
Why Man U? I know Barcelona, so I'm not going to ask you. So why Man U?
Because Man U men stuck in 1999. Every time you ask them about anything, they'll be talking about that treble. And I was like, oh gosh, we're in 2025. Come on. They'll be talking about Alex Ferguson still. Let the man rest. The man retired. You know, you have new coaches. You know, so, yeah, but you see that talk about Real being favored?
Yes, address that talk.
We're not the ones who was paying off referees, you know. So, I mean, let me just start there.
Allegedly. There's no proof. There's no proof against Barcelona. There's no proof.
Accused.
They can't fight Barcelona accountants, you know. They made it as move money, but
how you know that?
No.
Leavers.
Yeah.
Right now, I wouldn't put any money on Barca accountants because we've been bleeding money for the last 10 years.
All right. Poor accountants, wherever they may be. All right, let's take a short break. We'll be back.
During the weekends, we do like a grill. in a come-together-like sort of party. It's a community event, so people have to eat and have their bellies full to think a little bit faster when they are playing. You know you have bragging rights in the hood. I'm like, my guy won the game. The taste of victory.
It's savings and big discounts when you shop at Fens nationwide. Upgrade your home or treat yourself to something special. Enjoy store-wide savings on furniture, appliances, electronics, bedroom and so much more when you shop at Fens of Marbella, Penal and
Wrightson Road, Port of Spain.
Visit us in-store for more information or call 650-FENS, that's 650-3367. Or check us out on Facebook, Fens of Trinidad and Tobago, serving generations.
Hey young ones, TTT's Terrific Toon Time is just for you. It's fun, it's exciting, and it's adventure-filled too. Join us as we follow the characters you know and love. See what our hero Zack gets up to in Super Z. Dive into the action with Bugs Butt Ignition. Put on your explorer's cap and join Dada and Dada on their next adventure. And of course, we can't forget our cosmic friends on Galaxy Kids. Tune in Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. and 4:10 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. Don't miss it. It's Terrific Toon Time only on TTT.
I was going through the pain, I was going through the process, and I remember sitting one day and telling myself, this is too much. This is so painful. This is so horrible. I don't want anybody else to have to go through this. I don't want someone else. And if I could help somebody and if I can stop them from doing this, then I need to do that. This is not for me alone. I have to help others.
Nicole Lawson Live, living in victory every day.
Football is back, and with it, sporting fans, so is the 12th man. It's new, it's different, it's interactive, and most of all, it's fun. This is Mikey Holding, giving a big shout out to the one and only Andre Errol Baptiste, the original 12th man, back again for a record-breaking 5th season on TTT. Join and share in the smiles and more on the 12th man.
Welcome back, welcome back. Next up is the Questions of Football, brought to you by Coca-Cola, here on the 12th man on TTT. All right, so season 5. Let me start. Question number 1. When your team is losing, how do you react? Do you turn off the TV? Do you take a bath? Do you go to bed? Do you go seeking hugs and kisses? All right. Do you call other friends of the same team? All right. Do you turn off your phone or do you watch a movie? All right, so when your team is losing, do you watch a movie, turn off the phone, call other friends of the same team, look for kisses and hugs? Do you go to bed? Do you take a bath? Do you turn off the TV? Ryan, let me start with you. Which one?
I would go with E. I would call a friend from the same team.
What is talk about?
The nonsense the coach doing. You know? Sometimes you have...
Does it help?
Well, it don't help. I might change my position on the couch and hopefully, you know, that might...
Oh, yes. Yeah. If you change your position. So if you change your position and a goal score, you stay in that position right through?
Right through till the game done.
Nothing wrong with that. Kurt, let me hear you.
I turn off the TV.
Shoot.
Yeah. And especially, you see, I don't mind losing, but when we're playing badly and lose it, I can't take it. I'll turn off the TV, I'll go outside. Yeah, nah, I don't have patience.
I was told that, you know, when you keep turning the TV on and off, it's spoiling TV, eh? So is your TV working still? That's the question, eh? Is your TV working still?
Yes,
it is. All right, we just want to make sure. All is right. All right, Colin, which one for you?
Yeah, I turn off the TV too.
What?
Yeah, I turn off. It depends though, eh? Depends on who we playing and how much time left. It's
Right.
Madrid, we always come back.
Right.
But not when we down 4-0.
Nah, nobody can come back there. Nobody can come back there.
Not against Barca, and Barca still looking like they want to score 4 more.
Yeah.
No, yeah, TV coming off.
Wait, you check the score after?
Yeah, I'll check the score after. I might, and depending on how bad it was, I wouldn't look at the replay neither. I ain't watching highlights, nothing. I'll just watch the score and that's it.
And done.
Yeah, done.
All right, let's go. Question number 2. Honesty, that's what we want. If it was a horse race, okay, for those of you who know horse racing, how would you expect the title to finish in England or Spain? All right, so in the 2 countries. If it was a horse race, do you expect it to be a close finish? Neck and neck, that's for those who don't know about horse racing. Neck and neck, as you see there, means the 2 horses are together. It's a close finish, all right? A runaway winner, as you see in the second one, means that you win by a good number of points or a good distance. In the next one, it's a 2-horse race. That's like Spain. Sorry. But anyway, that's what all right? Then we go to 2 close to call, meaning right now you can't call it. Then the other one is the horse gallops crab, which means the horse wins by a good distance. Wayne Cunningham knows a little bit about horse racing, that's about 20 lengths win. The last one is if you're going to need a telescope to see the rest. That was actually a famous line from a top English commentator when a horse called Sugar won the Derby. In other words, what he was saying is that the horse was so far in front that they need a telescope to see the rest. That's what he basically means, right? All right, that's helping all about in terms of horse racing for those who don't know about horse racing. All right, but anyway. All right, so horse racing. You're going to need a telescope to see the rest. Gallops clear, 2 close to call, 2-horse race, runaway winner, neck and neck. Kurt, let me start with you. In England, how close are you in terms of the English Premiership? Where are you seeing it in terms of that if it was a horse race? Which one of those?
2 close to call.
2 close to call still?
Yeah. It's still, they have what? At least 4 and 4, 8. At least 12 weeks, 10 or 11 weeks.
About 15 more matches.
Yeah. So Liverpool can drop points. City can find a run of form. Arsenal, could hopefully find something because, they's kind of bottle it. So it's still too early to say. If you ask me a wrong match, then I could tell you for sure.
Yes, sir. Colin, in terms of Spain?
Spain is a 2-horse race, I would say. I mean, Atletico will be close,
right,
but it will be between Barca playing good football, right? They're just having some, off games here and there, but they're playing good football. So it'll be a 2-horse race at the end of the day.
All right. Rand, Spain.
Yeah, I would agree with Colin. A 2-horse race. Right now our competition is Madrid, but the season has about 19 games to go again, 20 games. Any side could drop points right now. Real could drop points, and we still have to face Real again in the league. So there's a chance.
All right. 2-horse race, not including Atletico. Let's go. Question number 3, again brought to you by Coca-Cola. All right. This is an interesting question. Which of these players is the most fashionable? Only based on what you would have seen here, obviously, right? Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, Saka, Bukayo Saka, Mason Mount, Marcus Rashford, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Gundogan, Son, Jack Grealish, Neymar, Mohamed Salah, or Yamal. So it's Yamal, Salah, Neymar, Grealish, Son, Gundogan, Calvert-Lewin, Rashford, Mount, Saka, and Ronaldo. Let me start with you first here, Colin. Which one of, based on the photos there, or you could say otherwise in terms of you maybe, but using this list, which one would you say is the most fashionable given your history and knowing the players?
That'll be Ronaldo. CR7.
All right, around 7. Let's go.
I disagree with him. CR7.
CR7. Another man, he played for both teams. Ryan, which one of those is the most fashionable?
I would say Neymar and then Ronaldo after.
Neymar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people might go for those 2 names in particular, certainly. Those names stand out in terms of, well, they probably have the most money on the list. And on that list, they have the most money.
Probably.
So they could buy wherever they want, certainly. All right, let's take a short break. This is the 12th man. We'll be back.
During the weekends, we do like a grill in a come-together like sort of party. It's a community event, so people have to eat and have their bellies full to think a little bit faster when they are playing. You know you have bragging rights in your hood. I'm like, my guy won the game. The taste of victory.
My name is Certified Samson. It's a pleasure to be on Penny on Point.
And my name is Sonny Bling. It's also a pleasure to be on Penny on Point. And this is an episode you definitely...
Hey, my little brother, Easy Cal.
Dada, you did not bring this man here.
I did.
No.
Where you going, Easy Cal? No. Easy Cal, come. Where you going?
No.
Sonny Bling.
With another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
At TTT, our journalists are on the ground seeking the facts and reporting on the people, events, and the issues that affect your life. We have Trinidad and Tobago covered, from Cedrus to Charlottesville, Crown Point to Moruga. Our news reaches further on any smart device. TTT News, nightly at 6. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
A new season equals new dreams, and many football fans are dreaming of their team actually winning this season. But the reality is that only one team can win, so many will just be dreaming and wishing and hoping that their team can deliver. Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea. Notice I have not mentioned Arsenal. Don't be upset, I'm not mentioning Man U either. This is Atto Bolden inviting all of you to follow the 12th man as they celebrate a new season, Season 5 on TTT, and enjoy the ride.
All right, here we are, back here with the 12th man here on TTT Season 5. Next up is the Fantasy Premier League. Gentlemen, here's the table. I don't know if any of you play, but you see the leaders, the top 10 in Trinidad and Tobago, over 1,500 points. Dedicated to the job, picking the best players that they can. One or two names that are familiar. And then there's the list from 11 to 20 in Trinidad and Tobago. Right, so certainly some big names here. All right, let's look at the team of the week. Team of the week, the Arsenal goalkeeper is there. Martinez, who scored the goal for Manchester United, he's on that list. You've seen all the other players. Isak, who continues to score goals. A win for Newcastle. I understand they won 130 million for him. I don't think anybody paying that, certainly right now. Nobody paying that sort of money. All right, who is in and who is out? There's the list. People have brought in Gappo and Clivewood, who's scoring a lot of goals for Bournemouth, so he's doing reasonably well. And Alexander Arnold, who you all want. And of course, Jordan Pickford, the Everton goalkeeper, who had a good day. Let's know who did they get rid of? Who did they get rid of? All right, Chris Wood. All right, surprisingly, because he normally had a really consistent season. Raul from Fulham. Gordon from Newcastle. Palmer, who's been going through a little bit of a slow period in terms of goal scoring. A lot of people have started off a lot with Palmer, but Palmer has gone ice cold. Right? You know, you like to say, when you're getting ice cold, he freeze up. So he's freeze up right now, which has a lot of the Chelsea fans upset because he's freezing. All right. Colin, do you play?
No. I follow that.
Brian, do you play?
No, don't watch enough Premier League.
All right. Kurt, you play, how much points you have?
Right now, 1,148. I'm having a rough season this season.
Not bad, not good, but in between. Do you pick a lot of men?
I try to balance it out between if Manu is not having a good season, then you would hardly see Manu people in my team.
So that's normal. So you're not picking no Manu players.
No, if they're not playing good, they're not helping many fans.
But you say if they're not having a good season, which is the trend. So that's what I want to make sure. Because you say that. Are you saying that you don't have any? And then what you just say?
Currently, I don't have any Manu.
You have none?
Nah,
not even Fernandez?
Wow. Bruno's not having a good season. He's having an okay season, but by his standards, he's
so
not.
Who is your main points come from?
This week was.
What points you got this week? You said 90?
92.
All right, that's pretty good actually.
This week I had Haaland, Kluivert, Wood, Isak, Raya.
It's only strikers you had, or you only picking strikers?
I spend the money behind the strikers.
Okay.
Where I had any.
There's a new format now where you can pick a manager too.
Yeah.
Right? Where you're allowed to pick. Who's the manager you pick?
I didn't pick any manager this week.
You didn't pick, okay. But nobody pick a manager, it lasts for 3 weeks, eh?
Yeah. I haven't picked a manager because the managers that I should pick, I would not pick.
All right. All right. This is very weird, eh? Because he's picking Haaland from Manchester City, but he doesn't want to pick a manager, which is so weird. But anyway, all right, let's go. Let's go to the next segment. Special.
You think you coulda get in on my feelings? You coulda get me for settle down. Me give ya hit and run.
All right. So in this segment, gentlemen, just for clarity, this is about football. All right. I know the song it gives you other thoughts, but this is about football here. So I make it very particularly for Ryan.
Right.
I don't want to put him in more trouble. Right. All right. So this is about which player, because we were talking about it earlier, which player on your team you want to get rid of, hit and run, basically, that's what it means, get rid of. You don't want them no longer in the team, and you tell me why you don't want them on the team. So Kurt, let me start with you, because I know you might have a lot of players you want to get rid of. But so which one player you feel you would get rid of today or tomorrow, no matter what the cost is?
Marcus Rashford.
You might have your wish.
Well, we'll see. I don't think anybody willing to pay that $350 right now.
But why? What's going wrong with Marcus? Because there was, 4 or 5 years ago, he was top of the top. He was an England player playing the World Cup.
I don't know what is going on in his personal space, but for your coach to come out and say that you're not training well enough, that speaks volumes. Because he's a brand new coach. He don't have a horse in the race. He just wants to see you come to the training ground, do what needs to be done, and come out and play. And then he didn't do himself any favors by doing that interview in the manner in which he did it. Now, I'm not saying it was disrespectful, but for you to come out and say, you have a brand new coach, for you to come out and say that you're looking for a new challenge, you could have had that discussion behind closed doors. You know?
Form. Now we need players. So if he could move on to free up the wages where we could take Marcus from United, he seems to...
Oh, you want Marcus?
He seems to not want to play for United again, but I've watched him over the seasons. He's a top player. It could be just that he's just disgruntled with the club and he wants a new environment. Sometimes you just want to play somewhere else. We'll take him and they could have Ansu. Maybe it might work in their favor.
Yeah, I didn't take it Ansu.
All right. Colin.
Fulham Mendy. I would get rid of Fulham Mendy tomorrow. He don't look like a footballer. Every time he collect that ball, his first touch is chaos.
Right.
He's always touching back towards the goal and it's like he's scrambling to get control of the ball. So I would play short if I could play short right now.
Why you gonna do that? Go short?
Yeah, I would play with 10 without Fulham.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Let's take a short break. This is the 12th man here on TTT Season 5. We'll be back. The persons who we felt would have had waste-time moments, some of the players, California would have scored the lone goal for Arsenal, playing with 10 men. Guardiola for Manchester City would have started the goals, and then he was involved in an assist as well. Gakpo, as we mentioned, for Liverpool. Firmino Lopez for Barcelona scored a goal. And then Mbappe, who has found form and is scoring goals now regularly for Real Madrid. Any other player before that you all felt, from your personal point of view, Manchester, well, I mean, the man scored a lucky goal, so he name didn't go there, right? Martinez's goal was a deflection, so I couldn't put his name there. But anybody else from your perspective? Good?
Nah.
No? None? Ryan, anybody else you think, anybody you felt we missed out who could have had a great weekend from your team in particular?
Rafinha is having a great weekend.
He's having a good season, to be honest.
Pedri is having an extraordinary season. He isn't scoring goals, but he's making that midfield work. He's distributing balls when they need to. When we lost Atletico, you saw that goal he scored. He went through about 5-6 players to score that goal. So for me, he's an unsung hero right now.
Colin, anybody?
Nah, I think Kylian is the man right now. Yeah, that hat-trick he scored. Yeah, actually, he can catch fire.
Give him.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start. I'm going to start with Ryan. So Ryan, here's the situation. Barcelona still in the Champions League. Barcelona seeded at number 2. Go on, win the Champions League and also win La Liga, which would mean you all could win 3 titles, if not 4, because you already won 1, right? So you're still in the Copa.
Yeah.
Right. So, but anyway, for the time being, I'm going to assume you win only these 2 titles in particular, which is the Champions League, and you go on and win La Liga. Let's hear your version of Wesa, and then you will tell me who you will call.
I might run around this room with the Wesa.
Eh?
Yeah. If we are to go on to win Champions League
and La Liga.
And let's sweeten it up with Copa del Rey, so the treble.
Well, no, you win 4. If you put the 4-team
and
cup.
we have the Super Copa.
The 4-team cup.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we had some tears from Real, but we're accustomed to that. My Wesa.
Let me hear your Wesa. Don't run around the room. Let me hear your Wesa. Because the camera can't pick you up.
Yes. Wesa!
Who you calling?
Calling my boy Mark. You know? Yes, every time, Barca, when we celebrate, I'll call him,
Oh, let's celebrate on the phone.
Well, we'll just talk about the highlights. Okay. What we saw was the best plays of the game. What we could improve on. But
all ever watch the game together?
Yeah.
And if they lose, if all ever watch the game together and only lose, what happened?
Well, so it's time to go home. Everybody, no lineman after. All right, it was nice for you later.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. Kurt, let me hear you now. So here's your situation. Manchester United go on and win the European League because you're still in the European League and you're still in the FA Cup. I'm not going to say win the Premier League. I know this is fantasy, but I really can't go so far because of the distance, right? Because you're about 22 points behind, and they have a game in hand, so they were 25 points. That is a little bit too much. But you could certainly win the FA Cup and win the European League. So your team go on and win the European League. That's Manchester United, and you also go on and win the FA Cup. Let's hear your version of Wesa, Kurt.
My version of Wesa.
You can rap it, you can sing it, you can do whatever you want to know.
Be like, wow, yeah, we get through. Because that,
But I'm still waiting for the Wesa part, though.
No, that's my Wesa.
That's how you would say Wesa.
Yeah,
that's your version. All right, okay.
Because at the end of the day, I don't expect much, and I love my team. Don't get me wrong. But we having a rough season, so if I could get it, I will take it.
Anybody you're calling in particular?
Who I'll call, boy? I probably call him my brethren Luda because he's a Liverpool fan. So that's the rubbers in his face. Yeah, I'll call him.
You will take your call?
Yeah, you go take my call.
All right. Nothing wrong with that. Colin, same situation for you. You go on and you win the La Liga title, and you go on and win your 16th Champions League title. I mean, you're going. AC Milan have 7, so you open up a massive gap on ready for them to catch you ever. So from that perspective, let's hear how you would say Wesa, then who you would call.
Yeah, well, seeing that I've seen so many Champions League victories, I mean, maybe Wesa, but half of the course. And I would call Stefan Theophilus. Theo, he'd probably be busy.
I know him.
Yeah, he'll be on the show before.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a big Real Madrid fan. He'd probably be making memes and things to harass people because he's a troll at the end of the day.
Right.
So I would message him and we would gang up on some people, some Barca people.
And how do you think the Barca people react? Not good.
No, they still off the phone and thing.
Yeah, they take a call.
No, they block you and thing for a while.
So what did they block people for?
They're not winning. He's not even enthusiastic about winning. So.
Nah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, not this year. This season is Barca taking it.
Every day?
Yeah, and I'll come back on the show when we win as well.
All right, what? You ready to talk about you like Marvin?
I'll block you.
Yeah, you like Marvin? All right. So gentlemen, next up, we're going to go to the doghouse and I'm going to ask you all who you all think should be in the doghouse. That's what we're going to do for. Let's play the doghouse. All right, gentlemen, let me start with you. Colin, who right now would you put in the doghouse? It could be a team, could be a player, it could be a coach, could be anybody, referee, whoever you want.
Well, right now for my team, it'll be Vinny. Because he get a stupid red card for no reason.
But you think that was a good decision? That red card didn't seem like
no, but he's not doing himself any favors. He arguing for no reason, taking his mind off the football all the time. So yeah, I think he needs to just get his head in the game.
All right.
Good. VAR and the Referees Association.
Why?
In England. That Arsenal red card was one of the worst decisions I've seen in a long time. We all, grew up watching football. You know what that was? It was a professional foul.
If men like Scholes and Keane was playing, no, them getting banned right too. Yeah.
So they had to, even though they reversed the decision after on the field, that should have never been a red. For the most, is a yellow.
And then VAR, of course, checked it and agreed with it.
Yeah, and they have a way of showing the referee the still. Don't show him the still because the still will make it look worse. Show it in slowing it down. Show it in real time. Yeah, that would be.
I don't think that is still no excuse for the referee making a decision though, because he was right there in front of everybody.
He's human. There's a certain amount of errors that he could probably get.
Arsenal fans mightn't think so when it comes to Michael Oliver. They wouldn't think so. I think he's given 8 red cards to Arsenal fans. 8.
True.
All right. But anyway, I guess I know that. All right. So Ryan, who would you put?
I would put Chesney. Yeah, he's replacing Pena, but to be honest, Chesney is a wild card for me. He makes some kind of saves, some things in the box that I'm not too comfortable with. Pena they didn't have faith in Pena after Ter Stegen, but to me, Pena proved his worth. He wasn't the first string keeper, but he's been saving, and we've been winning 99% of the games with Pena. So Chesney would go in the doghouse, and Pena would be our number 1 keeper.
All right, so let's see who they put in the doghouse. Right? It is indeed Michael Oliver. I think, and you know what, for me, is the most strange thing here? I would have thought that if they reversed the decision, because I've seen them do this before, when a man has made a bad decision, they've stood them down for a match. But they haven't stood him down for any match.
I think he's the number 1 rated referee in England right now.
It doesn't matter. I mean, the point at the end of the day is, if you know that if you all are, and so quickly you all said it, that by Monday or Tuesday they were able to say, hey, that was a bad decision. There was no doubt. So, and you stood down people. He hasn't been stood down, neither has the England. And in fact, he is refereeing the game besides refereeing this weekend, I know for sure he's refereeing the game between Liverpool and Everton, which is upcoming as well. So, that would have a lot. Yeah. Because remember the last referee who they said didn't like Liverpool, what eventually happened to him? He eventually himself had to move on. So you wonder then, if these are the top referees, how is that happening? Because some decisions in England are really terrible decisions.
Yeah, I don't know why it is they haven't figured out how to use VAR and use it effectively, and until they sort that out, they're going to have problems.
Because I saw in the Champions League now where they use an automated system and it's working so fast.
The Champions League is the format they should use throughout all leagues. Because if you think England is bad, La Liga is worse when it comes to refereeing. But somehow referees are never punished. I don't know who's in charge of referees. They would say, all right, they'd look at it in review, but they might go by him and say, well, boy, get better next time. But referees are never punished. So, in Europe.
But I like the automated system because it takes out the human thing in it. One time, you see how fast it's done, and they don't waste no time. So it will certainly help in terms of a lot of different things that are going on. Before we go to the last part, because I mentioned the Champions League, the draw is being made tomorrow. As a Real Madrid fan, who do you not want?
Bayern Munich.
You rather Man City?
Yeah,
Why?
rather Man City. Right now, City not playing good football. City is very the most vulnerable they've been since Guardiola got there, right? So, but Bayern Munich scary. I see Bayern Munich play. Bayern Munich is a side, and they're a bogey side for Madrid too. So yeah, I would avoid them as far as possible.
Can I ask you?
Yeah,
No, I could ask you, but in terms of the European League, who you want to play?
I don't think I want
Because remember what would happen is when these other teams come back in, the way I've seen the draw is that even though you're seeded, they are coming back in. They're coming back in a, like just below the seedings.
Yeah. I don't have anybody that I'm actively afraid of.
And so because if Man City get demoted, or Real Madrid get demoted, or Bayern Munich get demoted,
I can only cross that bridge when I reach that bridge.
Right.
But as
because
it stands,
know, all three of them can go forward. That I can guarantee that because they're in the same group. It's four of them in that group, and I just called three names. Three of them, only two could go forward. So right, so somebody's going to come onto the European League. One of those three.
Yeah.
Which of those three I don't want? Bayern. Everybody don't want Bayern.
Yeah, now Bayern in ripping form right now.
Yeah, Bayern is already sickening inside. Ryan, I mean, you have a good draw, but I mean, obviously, in terms of it depends on who you meet in the quarterfinals, as the case may be. Who do you not want to play?
Right now, any quarters, I would say PSG, because if PSG win, we could end up facing them. But we had a little rough time with them last season, so I'd rather let's not face them again. But I would more like Real. Like we have Real number this season.
So you want to be Real?
Yeah, we deal with them twice already.
And you know the way the draw is now, it doesn't matter if you're from the same country. They allow you to
face
because in the old days you couldn't win within the 75 from the same country, but now it don't matter. I think it's a good idea. It makes it a lot better because before you used to say, oh God, why you couldn't play another English team? Because you had to go and play these Spanish teams and then they get knocked out, obviously. All right. Anyway, let's take a short break. I shouldn't have said that, because they get these Spanish men very happy around me. Anyway, let's take a short break. We'll be back.
During the weekends, we do like a grill in a come-together like sort of party. It's a community event, so people have to eat and have their bellies full to think a little bit faster when they are playing. You know you have bragging rights in the hood. I'm like, my guy won the game. The taste of victory.
It's savings and big discounts when you shop at Fens nationwide. Upgrade your home or treat yourself to something special. Enjoy store-wide savings on furniture, appliances, electronics, bedroom, and so much more when you shop at Fens of Marbella, Penal and Wrightson Road. For information 033 of Trinidad and Tobago.
Event is full. A little
Every day, we aspire to be better at what we do. Deliver more news, more often, to more people. We are your news team, reporting on the people, events, and issues that affect your life. TTT News, nightly at 6. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
No need to suffer. You can come down to the Optimal Life Wellness Center where it is safe, it is affordable.
You don't have to take my word for it. You can come down to the Optimal Life Wellness Center and see for yourself and experience for yourself what I have experienced. The life I now live is a lot healthier and more fulfilling. These products have actually given me a sense of a future and very, very important.
Diamonds are forever, and so are true bank. Trinidad and Tobago one sport and you don't want in the server to tune in to miss it.
All right. Here for their best moment. What did they do on their best moment supporting their respective teams? Let me start with Ryan first. Ryan is a Barcelona supporter. Which is your best moment? And tell us about that moment. Where were you? How you felt? What you did?
Okay. Well, as a Barca supporter, I'm blessed to have plenty best moments. But I would think one of on the highlight reel for me would be when the MSN was playing in the 2015 Champions League final. I always go back to that because we haven't won a Champions League in a while. So, you know, lifting the trophy, seeing Neymar, seeing Messi, Suarez, and the day when no one could have touched them. For those big games, I like to be home.
Okay.
I don't like too much of crowd. You can't hear the TV going on, the music is in the background.
So you watch it by yourself?
No, with my family. My brother is a Barcelona supporter as well.
Good.
So we set up you feel like you're in Camp Nou.
What you do?
In the living room. So, you know, we'd have the posters set up, drinks, food, everything. And we just enjoy the game.
If you lose, what would happen with the drinks and the food?
Well, it's still out. Like
in the World Cup. Nothing wrong with that. The man
19. Go back to the go back to Juventus. In
their home venue.
Yeah, in Turin.
Yeah.
I remember I was living with two of my schoolmates, and we were in one of his houses.
Yes.
And I remember two of them, they were Juventus fans.
Auctions.
And I remember Juventus scoring, and yeah, I get pong. Sit down, I take my pong thing, and I distinctly remember Dwight York hitting the header. No, Roy Keane with the header, and Dwight hitting the post, or as Annie hitting the post for Dwight to score.
Right.
Yeah,
I think Annie hitting the post and Dwight scored.
Yeah. I remember running up around. I run outside. I run up the road. I run down the road. It's a good time.
You run on the road?
Yeah.
But you ain't know the area, not your house?
That's all right.
You ain't care?
I didn't care that
much. Days you run road, you ain't care?
Yeah, we didn't care.
All right. We hear you. You keep your clothes on?
Yeah.
All right, that's making sure. All right. Colin, your best moment?
My best moment would be the 10th Champions League, La Decima. For years, between the 9th and the 10th was many years where we was trying to win the 10th, We get knocked out about 3 years in a row from Lyon in the quarterfinals. We couldn't get past that team. So when we finally win La Decima with Ancelotti, that was the...
Who you played against?
Who we played against in that final? I can't remember right now.
Okay.
But I was home because I don't watch football in no bar or anything. Because,
you watch it at home?
Yeah, because the new fans, the people who now join and now know everything about Madrid, I can't take them.
Right, okay.
Right? After we win, head down on the avenue, spend the night on the avenue, doing the same thing he do, running up and down the avenue, harassing people.
Enjoy it?
I enjoy it to the fullest.
All right, nothing wrong with that. All right, let's have a look at the upcoming games, particularly in England, because that's where we know so many people follow it. The next round of matches coming up in terms of the English Premier League, looking at some of the games that are coming up. But of course, in terms of that, we know that the big game coming up is really Arsenal coming up against Manchester City. Let me get some predictions. That game is being played in the Emirates. So let me start with Colin. Colin, how do you see that game going?
Yeah, I see City winning that game. City, even though they're not playing well, they have the tools, right? Arsenal, yes, you have a chance. All right, I can see it on your face.
No, I let you talk. You go ahead and talk. I let you talk. You get your talk. You say what you want to say.
But I feel City have it, you know.
How much? What do you score?
I think it'll be a big turn. We are 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
All right. We hear you. I'll leave Kurt for last because he's from that same area. So, Brian, give us a score.
I would see that going to about 3-2. City 3, Arsenal 2. The only reason I'd say that is because Pep needs these wins, and City at the last end of the season is when they catch their form. If you have to beat City, you have to beat them in the first half of the season. Normally coming down to the end is when the players get back healthy. They have some players coming back off an injury, you know. So once they catch that form, it would be City. Marvin, sorry about that, but...
Who is Marvin?
Arsenal supporter.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
The man alone, the man ain't take anyone. I hear into let me come to them. Let's hear from the man who says he knows English football. Let's hear from him. Kurt, how do you see that game going?
More than likely, it's going to be a draw.
A draw?
Yeah. Arsenal, without Saka in the Emirates, it's going to be a tough one. But City right now, yes, they had a good game over the weekend where they scored. I think they scored 3 goals.
3 goals. They won against Chelsea.
But they're not looking fluid like the City that we know that they could be. So Pep is having a little bit of an issue. But I more see a draw, and it might be a scrappy game too, because the two teams are not looking as fluid as we expect them to look. Arsenal isn't looking balanced without Saka out there. Odegaard is not having the best of seasons, and you're all having problems scoring goals. Let's be frank. Kai? Yeah, Kai on top there.
Kai Havertz.
Yeah, he helping all your plenty.
All right, we're coming to the end quickly, gentlemen. Let me start with you first, Colin. Who's going to win the Champions League?
It might be Barca.
Barca?
Yeah, it might be Barca.
Wow, see, man.
Yeah.
Oh, got a noise in my ears, boy. Noise like...
I want to win, but it might be
them. All right. Kurt?
I'd say Bayern.
Bayern Munich?
Yeah, I'd say Bayern. It's time Harry Kane get a little trophy, man.
But no, you're going to get a trophy this season because they're going to win the Bundesliga. Yeah. I mean, unless something remarkable happens, if they didn't win, I think they'll definitely get rid of Harry if they didn't win the Bundesliga this season.
I'd really like for Bayern to win.
All right, quick. Who's going to win?
Barcelona.
All right, you didn't really want to hear that, but we heard it. Anyway, thank you. I want to thank everybody, of course. This has been the 12th man here on TTT Season 5. Goodbye.
Twelfth Man, brought to you by Coca-Cola. This is TTT. Live for local.
Next 99's mashup, the music that made us, is powered by Digicel, Better Together, and sponsored by Police Credit Union. Your future is safe with